All right, so we are being live streamed. So with that, I'd like to call to order our regularly scheduled meeting of the Design and Review Board, for Monday, May 2nd, 2022. We'll start with a roll call. I'm Steve Antonio. Obviously, I'm here. Kate Beal is here. Polly Rice is here. Elaine Lang is here. And that establishes a quorum, so we can move forward from there. Our first new business is the referral from the Zoning Commission, application 22-14 of Wolf Restaurant LLC, applicant owner Artifacts Agent application for a sign permit pursuant to section 9.2 of the zoning regulation for the construction of a plus or minus 38 square foot wash lit illuminated sign with push-through letters for the property located at 4 Hartford Road. I believe the new one does not have these. But by all means, Mr. Rosen, are you here to present for the applicant, please?
Yes, hi. Lauren Rosen, Artifacts, Bloomfield, Connecticut, representing Abigail's.
All right, and just to correct, the application no longer includes push-through letters. Is that correct, or are they still there?
No, we changed the lighting method. Should I explain that?
Sure, I'd like to welcome Anka Dragulski,
No, sorry.
On our board. We just began, Anka, so thank you for joining.
Sorry for a bit late, sorry, yeah.
No worries at all. Yeah, if you could, Mr. Rosen, if you could just go over your changes, I'd really appreciate it. We did get in the packet, but if you could verbally just, go
do you want me to share a screen, or do you have a copy?
I don't have a copy of the new sign. I couldn't find it in the documents, so that would be great.
Yeah, so if you could share the screen, if you have it handy, that would be great.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So I will explain what we had in mind for this revised version. And I thank you for your comments a couple of weeks ago. We took it to heart, and we decided that we would go with what would be considered dual wash lighting. So in the crown up top, the capital, there is going to be lighting that's contained within. And that lighting will light downward for a wash to light Abigail's. The letters for Abigail's will be dimensional, so they are lit from above. With that, the piece that you see that says grill and wine bar with the tablet tavern established 1780. That piece is set in, and those letters are also dimensional, but they're a layer back from Abigail's. Abigail's is proud of that inset by about 3.5 to 4 inches. And in the bottom of the Abigail's curved sign portion, which projects away from the sign, there is another series of, it's a wash light in an eyebrow shape that will light that lower panel. So essentially, I would call it a dual wash. We've done things maybe that are similar, but not quite like this. And I thought it would be a lot more subtle than what we had proposed. We went back and forth with illuminating the letters some way, whether it was a stencil cut, push through, or some type of halo, but it seemed for the location probably more fitting that we had just simple wash lights that would be in harmony with one another. The other thing we did was to make the sign smaller by a bit, and we reduced the Abigail's, the ribbon that it sits on no longer projects beyond the uprights. So it brings the total square footage to 20.156. And in looking at it, I think I agree with your opinions last time that maybe the ribbon was a bit much. It was a point that we thought about, and a point well taken. So, hopefully this meets with your approval and you feel better about it as a piece for that critical junction between Hot Meadow and 187 or 185.
Yeah, I see you took to heart literally every one of our points, which is, very refreshing and appreciated to see. Not to expedite, but it's perfect as far as myself. I'd like to poll the commissioners one by one, though, to get their input. Kate, would you like to kick it off? You're on mute. Yep.
Yeah, I think it looks good. It does meet all the criteria. I think it's allowed for the area, and I think it looks nice and cleaned up.
Thank you.
Thanks. Polly?
It looks awesome. Thank you for making all the changes. Looks great.
Cool. Elaine?
I love it. I think it looks like it's been upgraded. I think this is a much kind of classier look to the sign. So I'm gratified that the redesign is not only meeting our criteria, but I think they're getting a better product out of it. So good job.
Cool. Thank you. Anka?
Well, it looks like I'm the only one who might have something to offer as a suggestion. To me, everything looks good. The fonts, everything is readable. It's perfect. The lighting, but the top of the sign, to me, it looks like it's cut too short, too abruptly, especially because now we see the new sign next to the old sign. And the old sign, it's a bit more joyful. Would that be possible to again, if you agree, it's just a suggestion to do something with the top of that sign?
There's always potential for it. What I did, just in case something like that came up, after the meeting a couple of weeks back, I thought about, what are some of the signs that we've manufactured and installed in Simsbury? So maybe we can look at another sign that we've done and draw from that. And I could kind of rapid fire through what I picked out of the last 40 years. And tell me if you can see this, and let me see if I can get it to go through. Well, Billingsgate's from about 15 years back, and that was simply a column and a fence that I designed with a placard, so it doesn't apply. Ethel Walker, that's the other Ethel Walker sign from.
Can anybody see? I can't see what he's showing.
Oh, you can't. Let me try it again. I'm sorry. Can you see that?
No, we're still on the Abigail sign.
I'm sorry. Let me try again.
You may have to reshare because you may have had a certain window selected.
Yeah, and you know what? I've got to make, I've got to make the screen bigger. You'll just have to bear with me for 1 sec. Okay. Shadi, if you have, oh, I see it. Okay, it says stop share. So now I would hit share screen. Okay, I apologize. One of these days, I'm going to be quick at this. I'll be the envy of myself. Some signs we've done over the last 40 some odd years. If you see any shapes, now here's a shape on top that's kind of a swale. Maybe that would do it for you.
Again, it was just a suggestion.
Another shape.
I don't want to create any issues.
Well,
you know, a path we can do, I trust George and Laura, but I'm not even going to say anything. However, we can allow staff to make minor changes as part of a positive referral to possibly accommodate. I do understand Anka's point. When you look at it, it is over 8 foot shorter. So that is, a dramatic amount of real estate. If the applicant, being Abigail's, wanted to do that, I think if they stayed within the same format of what's being presented, we could give a blanket positive referral. How do you feel about that, Anka?
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
All right. With that being said, I'd like to make I'd like to make a positive referral for application 22-14 of Wolf Restaurant LLC, applicant owner, Artifacts agent, application for a sign permit pursuant to section 9.2 of the zoning regulations for the construction of a plus or minus 38 square foot wash lit illuminated sign, some of the attributes of which can be altered slightly as long as it maintains the onus of what was presented to us by staff, town staff's involvement. Would someone like to second that?
I'll second.
Thank you, Elaine. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, there's no one left to abstain or vote no. So thank you very much. You have your positive referral and good luck at your next meeting. We appreciate your time and efforts.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving right along. Actually, Laura, or George, sorry, Greg. How should I present this? Because I'm the property owner for the next application. We do have a quorum without me. Should I defer to Elaine, who is the vice chair, or should I just present it and then abstain from voting?
I would step down as chair and let Elaine run the item. And I think you've got a quorum. You could recuse yourself outright.
Right. So Elaine, do you have a copy of the agenda?
Yes, I will.
Are you okay?
I have allergies. That's so bad. It's pollen season. So excuse me for blowing my nose throughout this event, but let me pop open my packet and I'm happy to do it.
All right. And I will
staging a coup.
Down.
We're gonna rename stuff while you're gone. We're gonna do all kinds of stuff.
I'm not leaving. I'm just being quiet.
Yeah. Well, that alone is an amazing thing, Steve. All right, let's see. Yeah, there we go. 2 Railroad Street, is that you?
That is it, yes.
Okay. We have got, let's see, there's our JPEG.
So while she's doing that, 2 Railroad Street is the small building directly to the left of Plan B Burger Bar down at the center of town. It was originally the station house where the switchman lived when the railroad went through town. And Natalie and Carly are local girls who are opening up a Spoonful of Britain, which is a British grocery store. And I'll let them do their own presentation. Elaine, are you ready?
I am.
Right.
Welcome, ladies. And Steve, have you allowed them, or I guess that staff has the ability to allow people to screen share. So. Ladies, welcome.
Hello. So we submitted the paperwork to the town, so they actually have the picture. We don't have a screen to share,
I'll share.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it.
We're not anywhere near as.
Oh, that looks really unprofessional compared to the last presentation.
To the last one, we're like, awesome. But yeah, that's basically it. 2 foot by 2 foot. It's going to be wood on the white background. We'd prefer no border.
You prefer what?
I heard no border.
Yeah, that's what she was saying, because that was one of the questions I asked them. I didn't see the response. Natalie and Carly, you appear to be frozen.
If you would like a border listing sign which is just to the left. There's just that hangs to the left of it. So that's the only lighting that it has.
Okay, you said you prefer no border?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
We can't hear anybody. Can anybody hear us?
We can hear you now.
Can you hear anyone?
Nope.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's just come back on.
Oh, sorry, our sound's just come back on.
Okay, that's all right. I think we just had a little
Oh, it's gone again.
Where's it gone?
glitch. Uh-oh.
What is wrong with our sound?
We are able to hear you.
Hmm.
Oh, dear.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Where's it gone again?
Is anyone talking?
No,
No, we're waiting for you to say
we're
what
waiting
you
for
wanted
you.
on your sign.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did just say it all, but I guess no one heard it. So it's going to be made of wood by 24 inches by 24 inches. It's going to hang to the left of the door of the existing, where the existing sign was on the building. There's a lantern light to the left of it. So that's the only lighting that we have that's already there.
What color wood?
The white, it's going to be a white background.
And you don't want a border?
We'd prefer not, but we're happy to have a black.
Well, border gives a definition, and if it was going to be wood colored, I would say you could get by without a border, but with it being white, I think a border will make it stand out more. Is it going to be like wood carved, or how are the letters going to be, etched into the piece of wood? Because right now it looks like a whiteboard with, sorry to say, crayon drawing, and I guess I'm not getting the essence of what you want the final product to look like.
It's going to be printed on the wood.
Printed, like with paint?
Yes.
Yes.
And how big are the letters going to be?
Probably 2 inches, I think.
I think, personally, I think I need more of a specific design with actual, a more what it's really going to look like, because it's not complete in my eye.
Are you doing, ladies, is it going to be like a computer generated image that is like printed on like a decal that'll go on the wood? Is that how the production is going to happen?
Yeah, we go design. So this was just a really rough.
Okay.
We're new to this, so obviously, we just done a real rough copy. So we've got our logo made in a file. So we were just going to send over the file to the sign making company. We did, honestly, this is just very new to us, so we didn't realize kind of what we really needed to do.
I think we'd rather see.
Show us your logo.
Yeah, the file that you have,
the computer file would be great. It's cute. I'm excited to have somewhere to buy chocolate hobnobs. But it would be useful. It would be really useful to see. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, that's
much better.
That's a much better representation for us. Thank you for sharing that. That's adorable. I like that. I think
that's we didn't have that at the time of filing the paperwork, so we'd only just got that afterwards. So that was so sorry about that.
No,
that is
you're keeping the colors on the building, so the blue with the black shutters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think having a border in that location would make it more defined and not just kind of blend. And that's my opinion. I'm not sure what the other board members think. So, but the picture really was helpful. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
That's okay.
I agree. I think a border would be nice, but I'm not going to vote against it. But if you don't have a border, I don't think. But I think it would add to it.
Okay, we're happy either way. We
Yeah, I think now when it's been suggested, I think a black border would make it pop. So
it would go well with the theme of the whole building.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and we've just my husband was spraying the the number 2 and the lantern black again today, so it all matches. It's all fresh, and so black would really look good. Mm-hmm.
Anka, did you have any thoughts you wanted to share?
I love it. I love it either way, and I have only one question. Whose birthday was it? I see a banner. Happy birthday, banner. Okay, so happy birthday.
It's me.
And good luck. Good luck. Good luck with your new business. Yes. Thank you for bringing it to Simsbury. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I can't. Are you going to have those?
Excited.
Are you going to have those tinned steak and kidney pies?
No, we're not doing the cold food at the moment because that's whole other licenses. That's,
no, these were tinned, like they were shelf stable. Maybe they don't sell them anymore. It was 30 years ago. I lived on them when I was a student. They were delicious. Okay, yes. I'll be by.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. We've got other stuff though, other good stuff.
We've definitely got
I'll be there.
Knobs. They're already on the shelf.
They already. Yes.
Yeah, but you're going to eat them before the store opens. If okay.
Possibly.
Can I get a motion for I positive referral to? Are we up?
Yeah, move
to do a positive referral.
Move to make a positive referral on the Spoonful of Britain sign. Is that what it is? Spoonful of Britain. Yeah.
Can I get a second?
Sure, I'll second.
Second from Polly. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It is unanimous with note 1 abstention, Stephen Antonio, and you have your positive referral, ladies. Good luck in your venture, and I'm sure we'll all swing by and see. Glad
do you need to say something about the border? We recommend that.
Yeah, we can add that. Adding a border.
Yeah,
we'll add the border.
Taken under advisement. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And nice to see that building. That building being put to use. I don't think it's been a, kind of customer forward business for a long time. So it'll be nice to. It's been more office type space. So glad to see it, and good luck, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There's going to be a big, we're having a ribbon cutting on June 2nd, and then there's going to be
June 2nd, your opening day? Okay, I'm coming.
Yep.
Yeah, and then, thank you. And then June 4th, we're doing a big celebration for the Queen Jubilee. So come by, there's going to be some fun stuff going on there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Steve, I'm not drunk with power. You can come back.
All right. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Natalie and Carly. I believe do they need to come to zoning tonight, or they're done, right? Yeah, you guys are done. Go on, celebrate. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna go out to birthday dinner. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, with that being done, with that being done, has anyone had the opportunity to read the approval of minutes for both April 4th and April 18th and found anything wrong? Yes, school teacher Polly.
I read them and they were fine, both of them.
Oh, all right.
I raised my hand before you finished. And I shouldn't have.
That's all good. Would you like to make a motion then?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from 4/4/22 and 4/18/22.
All right. I'll second that to keep it moving. No, Elaine second that, just for the record. And all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous, so no one's left to oppose or abstain, so that follows through. General Commission business, it's great news. I'm sorry, I'm choking. Great news that George is still here. So
we haven't scared you away yet, George.
And Laura came back. So it's been a good week here in Simsbury. The other new news, though, on a much more serious note, we had discussed last week continuing with our Zoom calls. However, now zoning, as we heard but didn't really understand the implications, has decided they're going full in person as of June 6th. With that being the case, if an applicant has to travel from, let's just say New Haven, just a totally random area, I didn't mean anyone in particular, but if it did have to run up, they'd have to be sequestered into a room down at Town Hall to conduct our Zoom meeting, and then they would be in person for zoning. So I'd like to rediscuss how everyone feels as far as, do we do in person or do we have the applicant sequestered? We don't know what's coming up at the next meeting, so I don't know if it's anything that we really want to feel and touch and see in person. It'll be great when we do have a project that meets those lines. I could go either way, honestly. I live close to Town Hall, so it's not a big burden for me. However, establishing a quorum has been, the Zoom aspect has been very timely because we can all jump on when even myself, there was the meeting I forgot. So I am, complicit. Go ahead, Polly.
I'm going to be honest with you. I will attend in person, and I believe I will probably leave the board if it continues to be just Zoom.
Okay.
I'm not interested in holding Zoom meetings. So I did it for the pandemic, but now I'm done.
Fortunately, I hope the pandemic's done.
Well, right. But I just, this isn't, I love being a part of the board, but I don't like the whole computer aspect of it.
You don't have to be defensive. That's totally
No, I'm
fine.
not being defensive. I'm being honest.
I appreciate that. What about you other girls? Well, I just realized it's all girls except me. Okay, but regardless, I
mean, women, Stephen, we're women, but
Yes, thank you. Well, how do the rest of you women feel about this?
I mean, I could go either way. Obviously, I would have missed tonight since I'm in Boston, but I can make most of them. And I do like being in person. I wish we were advanced enough to be able to just have it in that room and call in when we have to and be in person as much as possible, but I don't think that's an option. So I think for your applicant's sake, it makes sense to do it in person if they're already going to have to be there for zoning.
Just to be fair, I think we do have the hybrid option. It is not as fluid as in all in person or all Zoom, but I believe the room is equipped.
Is it, Steve? Because I thought it was only the library was equipped for hybrid meetings.
No.
If they've updated the main meeting room, that would be great.
The main meeting room is updated. The selectmen meetings are all done in that manner.
Okay. I don't have a problem. I live like 30 seconds away from Town Hall, and believe me, sometimes I'd be running out the door and barely skidding in time for an in-person meeting. But there are a lot of meetings I've attended remotely that I would have missed in person, and we would have been without a quorum. So
I am hesitant for that. Just to confirm, Laura, can you confirm that hybrid is an option?
It is. I can. It is an option. It's just quite challenging. So, and the way I would think about this is, we could obviously make arrangements. If it is a meeting you can't attend, we can figure out a way to get you to attend via hybrid, via call-in in some fashion. I raised this with Steve today only because we were thinking about, with zoning going in person, it just may be difficult for applicants to get on a Zoom call in Boston or New Haven or Springfield and then have to drive here for a meeting in public. So, I mean, I think we may be, if you want, we can just play it by ear and go kind of month to month and think, look at the calendar and see what meetings make sense for Zoom or vice versa. I would love to see everybody in person. I think those meetings are great. The body language is better. You can look each other in the eye and have real conversations. But I certainly understand.
Yeah, maybe a meeting by meeting hybrid arrangement where, if we've got somebody who doesn't have to go to zoning, but they're in Boston, we don't want to be responsible for, our local businesses having to pay their consultants to travel when we can do this. So, I mean, I wouldn't rule out never again will we have a Zoom meeting, because sometimes it might be the best option. But, if logistically it doesn't make sense, like somebody's coming into town to go to zoning, certainly in person is fine.
Well, usually Jill lets us know on Wednesday. Would you all be open to me communicating on not this Wednesday, obviously, but the Wednesday prior to our next meeting. And we'll see what's on our agenda. If it's, you know, well, I don't know what's coming down the pike. Laura and George know better than I do. Is there anything coming up? Anything big? Like building materials, we do like to see, feel, and touch, but you know, signs.
I haven't received
pictures.
I think we may have another sign for the next meeting for the 16th, but we'll check that and we'll share it with you.
Okay, so let's communicate the Wednesday prior to the next meeting. Okay. And we'll establish where everyone's going to be and confirm availability for such.
Great.
All right. So is there anything else that anyone would like to bring up as far as general business?
Motion to adjourn.
Now, hold it.
I love being the first to get that in.
No, not yet. I want to reiterate that we're still on a shoestring and we need to find some more people for DRB so there's a cushion, especially if we are going to be in person, because that is going to make the establishment of a quorum much more important. And just to remind everyone what it was like before Zoom started 2 years ago, there were applications that went for over a month because we could not establish a quorum on DRB. So that is a concern that weighs heavily on my mind as we consider how we're going to move forward. But with a rough roll call 5 days prior or whatever Wednesday is before Monday, we can establish that we'll have the quorum. And if need be, we can always utilize Zoom as a backup in that scenario, just to keep the applications. I hate to hinder someone just for our own availability. Now, Elaine, were you saying something?
I was gonna make a motion to adjourn.
Who wants to second it?
Second.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Nobody left to abstain or say no, so we are adjourned. Thank you all for